I always love being with you because I can get a vicarious experience of Ireland. My father's family came from Ireland, and I get back there when I can. Love Ireland. How is Ireland?
Ireland's great. I mean, we're joking our way through all of the same traumas and dramas that the United States is experiencing and trying not to take any of it too seriously. The Irish sense of humor is really what helps everyone to cope. Okay, we have an immigration issue. The Ukrainian war meant a lot of refugees. So we've had to...
Really? They came over directly when the war started?
Oh,
when
yeah.
Russia invaded. Wow.
Yeah. A lot of... Margaret's done great work with them. That's been tough. That's been tough generally because the compassion you feel, they've lost it all.
Right.
Nobody wants this to happen to them.
Right.
What has happened to them. Yet, the other thing you feel is they're in tents on the sidewalk. This can't be good. The other thing that's being felt by many, I think, or some, is that we're not taking care of Irish people. And a lot of the resources are going to the poor refugees.
So you have a nationalist sentiment that's starting to rise in Ireland that had a very clear identity before, and now they're seeing it threatened by, well, that sounds familiar in the United States, doesn't it? Where people feel the same, what about us? And here we are throwing all these services. You see the drama in Chicago and in New York, and of course along the Texas border where there's been so much attention. What is this saying about Ireland's capacity to love and to care, though? Do you think it's being stretched to the limit to break, or is it going to continue to grow?
It can't stretch much further because there's nowhere for them to sleep. Them to sleep. Then there's a population who are openly objecting to this, and that's creating there was kind of a riot, but it was tamed by American standards. I was like,
You told me the bus wouldn't catch on fire?
No. Luckily, the bus had so much flame retardant, they couldn't make it burn. They gave it their best shot. But it was so tame compared to American...
but it was expressing a rage?
We do riots better.
Yes.
It was expressing anger.
And frustration that government's not responding?
No, the government isn't hearing us. We feel marginalized. We have a marginalized population, and we are them. You
hear a lot about big tech taking over Ireland. Is it true?
Yeah, and it's brutal. I'm being frank here. Our young people can't afford to buy houses. Never mind, Dublin is out because they have bought up all the property for their employees. So the Irish kids can't find anywhere to live. I mean, this affects me directly in terms of our children in university, whatever it is. But and the standard of housing is so poor for what you get, it's not pleasant. So yeah, big tech is affecting.
When I think of Ireland, of course, I think of all the Irish priests that were in my home when I was growing up. My mom raised the 5 of us, and we had priests in and out all the time. They were all from Ireland. How's the church doing there? I know that the scandals, the church abuse issues, priest abuse issues and even by women religious and what they did has scandalized the flock. Is the church recovering, or is it in a malaise?
Definitely in a malaise. I would say that the church is dying down to the roots, and then we'll see what's coming up green. And things are coming up green. But it is, you see, when you ask Americans in Ireland about the church, we tend to it sticks here because for my experience as an American Catholic was, for all the flaws and problems, was life-giving. And I think over there, it's not so much. Now modernism has played its part. The scandals have really been tough to take. So yeah, it's struggling.
But you see hope. You talked about the young people and some of the new movements rising. I mean, at the end of the day, the Irish do have their sense of humor. I thank God for mine. I mean, they're shock absorbers in life, aren't they, to help us through the little potholes that we see around us and the tragedies. We've always had that kind of Irish sense of humor, to tragicomedy. We appreciate it. Is that resilient and surviving?
Definitely. They say being Irish, he had an abiding sense of tragedy, which sustained him through temporary periods of joy. That's so true.
That's Ireland.